The 2-Minute Terrain, Episode 1. This episode requires TerreSculptor Professional Edition. In this episode of the 2-Minute Terrain, we will turn this into this to this, in only a short time and a few steps. Launch TerreSculptor Professional. Choose the Create a New Project link. Choose a new terrain of the size 2048 by 2048. A new default flat terrain will be visible in the viewport. Click on the Zoom Extents toolbar button to zoom out the camera and fill the viewport with the terrain. Click on the Terrain LOD Mode toolbar button and choose the normal LOD settings so that the terrain mesh is rendered in full resolution. Click on the Scene Objects button to display that group in the function panel area. Uncheck the Home Grid checkbox to hide the home grid. Return to the camera group by clicking on the Camera button. On the Generate menu, choose the Perlin Noise Map item. On the Perlin Noise Map area presets, choose the Basic item. Adjust the gain control to 60. Choose the OK button to close the generator dialog. The noise map will be generated. 12 threads is awesome. The initial Perlin Basic Terrain. On the Modify menu, choose the Altitude Center item. This modifier will execute immediately. On the Transform menu, choose the Displace item. This is the default Displace dialog settings. Set the vector source to noise maps. Set the displacement X magnitude to 2000. Set the displacement Y magnitude to 2000 and the Y toggle switch to on. Set the noise map X size to 2000. Set the noise map Y size to 2000. Click on the dialog's OK button to accept these settings. The displaced terrain result. It is now considerably more complex and realistic compared to the Perlin Basic noise map. And we are not done yet. On the Color Set menu, select the Sandstone item. Now the terrain coloring looks more like desert canyons. On the Transform menu, choose the Terrace item. This is the default Terrace dialog settings. On the Terrace Presets drop-down, choose the Terraces on Terraces 16:4 item. Click on the dialog's OK button to accept these settings. The Terrain with Terraces. On the Transform menu, choose the Erosion Rain item. Rain erosion is a river style of erosion. This is the default Erosion Rain dialog settings. Set the rain amount to 200,000 and the erosion type to random. Click on the dialog's OK button to accept these settings. The Terrain with Terraces and Rain erosion. On the Transform menu, choose the Erosion Hydraulic item. Hydraulic erosion is a sediment style of erosion soil movement. This is the default Erosion Hydraulic dialog settings. We are going to use the default hydraulic erosion settings. Click on the dialog's OK button to accept these settings. Even though this device is multi-threaded, it will take a bit of time to perform the erosion algorithm. The final terrain with terraces and rain erosion and hydraulic erosion. We turned this into this. The final terrain with a sky backdrop and distance fog.